Gotta go fast! Whew. That was fun. Alright. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Hey guys, welcome back to the Great One channel, and welcome back to a movie review series where we review movies that we just got back from seeing. It's just short films of ours. And today I'm going to be reviewing another movie that we just got back from seeing. From the movie theater. We already got another one. That was fast. Pun intended. And this movie is based off probably Sega's best character they've made. Best? I don't freaking know. And this movie has been going through a lot of shit. It's been starting off with a pretty horrifying design to a pretty good movie design. And it's just, this movie has been going through a lot of shit and a lot of delays. And the movie is Sonic the Hedgehog. The movie. The live action movie. The live action 2020 movie. Yeah. Yes, guys, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie has finally arrived. And boy, oh boy, before this movie came out, it's been dealing with so much shit. And what do I mean when I say that? Well, this movie was originally, as you guys know, this film was originally going for a November 2019 release date. But yeah, so months, I think around May, we got our first trailer for the Sonic movie. And everyone was nervous. Everyone was like, oh my god, all the freaking teasers and stuff we've been getting for this design, oh my god, I'm so worried it's actually going to look really bad. So when the trailer got released, we were given this. Yeah. And every Sonic fan was so unhappy, and it got so much, it had more dislikes than likes, and the trailer was hated. Everyone was like, fix Sonic, fix the design, I'm not gonna go pay money to see this movie. And everyone was so angry, and the filmmakers knew that they fucked up. They really, really fucked up. So they knew they had to do something about it. So they announced that they would delay the movie to instead of a November release, they'll go for a February 2020 release. And said that they would delay the movie so they could fix Sonic. And I gotta say, before I get into what I think of the movie, I gotta say, I really appreciate for them doing that. They actually delayed the movie. They took so much months to fix Sonic just to please the fans. I really appreciate that. I know you've seen so many videos about the movie and people just thanking them for doing something like that. And I have to say thank you as well, because what I'm about to say the movie is kind of sad. But I just want to say thank you to the people who made this movie for actually taking the time to fix Sonic and please all Sonic fans, and I really appreciate that. But overall, guys, first and foremost for the review, what did I think of Sonic the Hedgehog? It was okay. It was very decent. It wasn't awful. No, it was definitely not awful. But it's not perfect. I hate saying that. I really was expecting for this movie to be pretty good. I knew a lot of stuff going into this movie. I knew a lot of spoilers. So I was like, okay, I actually still might enjoy this. But it was okay. I still was pleased with some stuff in the movie, but overall the film was just kind of a, how do I say this? Like cliche? I hate saying that, but it kind of is. But yeah, there was just some things about this movie that just doesn't work. But before I get into my issues, guys, let's get into the positives. Unsurprisingly, well, actually, I guess a little surprising, the CGI in this movie was actually very, very impressive. The CGI on, Sonic and Dr. Robotnik's, his, drones and stuff, they were actually very, very impressive. I wasn't really expecting much out of the CGI from this film because, the budget for this film wasn't really super high, but I was very, very surprised. I actually was very impressed with the CGI, and the CGI on Sonic, and it was a lot better than I thought. And speaking of Sonic, the design is awesome. I don't care what everyone else says, oh, it's not fully it's not fully accurate to the video games and the shows because his arms and his legs are still blue. And I don't freaking care because I don't mind it at all because the filmmakers and the people working on Sonic, they knew that like his very skinny, very skinny arms and his legs in the video games and the shows did not like suit with the real world, and they knew like, okay, maybe it doesn't really suit that well. We'll still make them a little skinny, but we can't make them that skinny. We can't just make them look like sticks. So we'll still make them blue and just make it just maybe more suitable to the real world. And I actually like that. I didn't mind that at all. And I overall thought the design was really good. And also, his eyes were still separated. If you remember from the original design, his eyes were completely separated. And with the redesign, they were still separated, but it was still a lot more accurate to the games and the shows, and it was a lot better. And overall, the design of Sonic made me like enjoy being with his character from the beginning all the way to the end. It made me like his character so much more. And if we had the original design, it would probably just make me terrified of him throughout the entire film, but thankfully redesigned, fixed him completely, and I liked it, and I enjoyed watching his character a lot more. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Now, to be honest, guys, at the start when they announced that Jim Carrey was going to play freaking Dr. Robotnik or Eggman or whatever you want to call him, I was not expecting, like, really anything from him at all. Like, Jim Carrey playing freaking Eggman, like, what the hell? Like, you know, in the shows, in the video games, he's, like, fat and he's bold, and Jim Carrey is like none of that. Like he's a funny guy and such, but he would definitely not suit he would definitely not suit the Eggman like at all. I had a feeling that he wasn't going to do a good job. But I was kind of wrong. Jim Carrey did a pretty good job playing as Dr. Robotnik. He was actually recreating his like original 90s over-the-top performances. You know, in the 90s, he's doing all these over-the-top performances, you know, playing as The Mask, Ace Ventura, or that's how you pronounce his name, I don't freaking know. And just a bunch of other characters in, like, the 80s, 90s, and whatever, I don't know. And it's kind of like that with Jim Carrey playing as Dr. Robotnik. It's just him recreating his over-the-top performance again. And it was fun to watch. No, of course, not everything he said was funny. I didn't laugh at everything. But yeah, some stuff he did and said was funny, and it did make me laugh. So yeah, I was really happy with Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Originally, I thought he wasn't going to do a good job and that he wasn't going to suit the character, but he was a bit better than I expected, and I didn't mind it. I was actually okay with it. So Jim Carrey, good job, and your performance was very, very over the top, and I thought you did a pretty good job. It wasn't the best performance in the freaking world. Don't think that's what I'm saying. His performance was good, but you know, it wasn't the best thing ever. But yeah, Jim Carrey, good job. And there are two after credit scenes. One that is very, very interesting. That's, I think, setting up a sequel. I don't freaking know. It's a very, very interesting after credit scene, so look out for that. And there's a second one that's also setting up a sequel. So there's two after credit scenes that's setting up a sequel, and there's one that is very, very interesting, and the second one is awesome. It's very cool. So when you go see the movie, I won't say because this is a spoiler-free review. So no posting comments in the comment section. Don't say any spoilers because this is a spoiler-free review. Don't ruin it for other people. But yeah, look out for those two after credit scenes because they're pretty cool. One is very interesting and also pretty cool, and the second one is just overall very cool. But overall, guys, that's really all I can say with positives. If I have to get into more positives, I have to go into spoilers. So. And also because our videos can't be really too long because we can't really, I don't know, just reasons. So, without further ado, let's get into the issues. I really hate saying this, but this movie can be a bit of like a freaking cliche a lot of the times because the movie kind of just like takes things from other movies and just recreates it. It doesn't really do its own thing. Just want to point that out. But overall, the movie kind of just is also a cliche, and it does very cliche things, cliche jokes, and just cliche sad scenes and whatever. And it feels like other movies, and it doesn't really feel like its own thing. And this movie makes me think of other movies like Hop. Not only because it stars the same actor, you know, James Marsden, but also because there's literally scenes that feels like it's like taken scenes from the movie Hop. Like, there's a scene where, James Marsden's character and Sonic are in a car driving, and they're talking, and at some point, James Marsden's character just tells Sonic to leave. He opens the door for him. He's like, alright, go leave, and stuff, and Sonic doesn't want to leave, and it's just like the scene from Hop where James Marsden's character is telling the bunny to leave and go explore in the wild and whatever, and that's where you live, and kind of like that. And I was like, oh god, why am I thinking of Hop? Like, I shouldn't be thinking of Hop. I should be just thinking of it, just thinking of just the movie, not thinking of a different movie, just thinking of itself. And there's a scene, there's a bar scene, you guys seen in the trailer, not a spoiler, where Sonic is just, talking to one of the workers, and he's like freaking ordering something, and you got James Marsden's character going, "What are you doing? Stop, you're a freaking alien, like, why are you talking to them?" It was just like the scene from Hop, where James Marsden's character, they're both, and a bunny and the freaking rabbit or bunny or whatever, were in a restaurant, and the worker comes up to them, like, "What would you like?" And then the bunny's just like, "Oh, I like this, please," and that, and then James Marsden's like, "What are you doing?" It's just like Hop! Like, why am I thinking of Hop? Like, that's not good, I shouldn't be thinking of Hop. Which, yeah, it was very bad that I was thinking of Hop with a few scenes in the movie. Like, I was like, why am I thinking of Hop? I mean, come on, I shouldn't be thinking of Hop, like, that's not good. And yeah, that was not good at all. Back to the cliche part, there are scenes that are just so cliched, like, there's scenes that we've seen so many times from other movies. Like, there's a scene near the end, it's like the final battle, pretty much, where James Marsden's character just making a freaking speech or something, I don't know, talking about how Sonic was his best friend, and, well, they were both friends and stuff, and like, oh, Sonic was my friend, and I won't go into too much details because of spoilers, of course, but it's kind of telling you that, like, friendship is the true power, and, oh, such a cliche scene, and I freaking hated watching it. I was not pleased with it at all. And I hated it so much because it was so cliche, and we've seen it in other movies like so many times, and it was so dumb. In the opening scene of the movie, we are shown Sonic's home planet and the planet that he lived on while growing up to become a baby or a toddler or just a very young hedgehog, or an alien or whatever. And we are not really shown much of it. I'm really trying not to get into spoilers, but we're not really shown much characters. Now, you know, you're thinking, like, I think they showed enough. I think they went really fast with it because, you know, there wasn't really much to tell. Like, I'm not getting into spoilers, but there really wasn't too much to explain or show on his home planet. But I wish we maybe shown a bit more on who Sonic knew on his planet, because we didn't really see much people, or aliens or whatever, or other characters on his home planet, which kind of disappointed me. I was like, can we get a bit more on his home planet and the people that he lived with and stuff? We're given a little bit, and maybe we're given maybe we're given enough because we're shown of why he had to leave his planet. We're getting spoilers, but we're told that. But overall, I wanted to see more on who he knows and stuff, and just, I don't know. I just feel like we weren't given enough information about his home planet. That's just, to me at least. And obviously, biggest issue with this movie, I don't know if this is like a really big spoiler or not, but oh god, I just have to mention it because it's definitely the biggest issue with this movie. Sonic flosses. Twice. He flosses twice. Sonic flosses twice. Twice! He does the Fortnite flossing. He does that. Twice in the movie. We see CGI Sonic floss. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah. It was a lot of fun to watch. Oh, God. Despite my issues, guys, Sonic the Hedgehog is an enjoyable kids movie. Yes, it does have some cliche moments and scenes that are taken from other movies, but overall, it's just a fun kids movie that I think you'll be able to speed your way through. But am I being honest, guys? Should you really go see Sonic the Hedgehog? If you're a hardcore Sonic fan, maybe, I guess. I don't know. There are going to be some scenes in this movie that you'll freaking love, but a lot of other scenes, most of just the movie is just kind of a fun family road trip movie that I don't think Sonic fans will be too happy with. But like I said, if you're a person that really loves watching fun family road trip movies, then yes, you'll have a lot of fun with Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you like those type of movies, you'll love Sonic the Hedgehog. But if you're a hardcore Sonic fan, expecting it to feel like the shows and the video game and whatever, then don't expect too much. But it's overall, like I said a bunch of times, it's a fun movie that I think you'll have a good time with. Alrighty guys, this is going to be the end of my review of Sonic the Hedgehog. If you have seen this movie, please post comments down below what you guys thought of it. Did you think it was bad, okay, good, enjoyable, etc. And please, no spoilers, don't ruin it for other people, but it's been out for a few weeks now, so I'm assuming you've already seen it. I'm assuming you've all seen it already. But whatever, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, I did not plan what the end of this video would be like. Shoot. Gotta go fast!